Hey everyone, it's Allie and welcome to my channel, and today I am so excited to be finally doing the BookTube newbie tag. Alright everyone, so yes, I am finally doing the BookTube newbie tag. Let's call it the BookTube not so newbie tag because I think I have had this channel technically for like 2 years, 2 years and a few months, but this is the first year that I am really trying to consistently post. I'm trying to post 10 videos a month just because I have so many ideas for videos and a lot of them are just like sit down talking like this. So not too much time to film, not too much time to edit. But yeah, if you could only see my Notion calendar, I literally have videos planned all the way through the end of the year because I just absolutely love the part of YouTube where you are just thinking about what you want to do in the future. So yeah, lots and lots of ideas, but if there are any specific videos you want to see from me, definitely let me know down below. But I figured in celebration of hitting 1,000 subscribers, thank you guys so much to all of my new and old subscribers, especially those who have been with me from the beginning and who have kind of dealt with my sporadic uploading. I really do appreciate all of you. But I was looking back at the videos that I've posted on the channel and I haven't done really any kind of like get to know me Q&A type content, I don't think. So I figured this would be a good time, better late than never, to finally do the BookTube newbie tag. And some of these I feel like kind of go together, so I'm just going to kind of combine some of them, but there are 10 questions, and I do believe that these are the 10 that most people follow and answer when they are doing this tag. So first up, why did you start this channel? So I guess let's go back to my YouTube beginnings. About 5 years ago, or no, not 5, I think like 4.5 years ago, I started my other channel, one of my other channels, which is now called Cottageville Cozies, but it was originally just Allie Lee. And I started it because I had always loved YouTube. I've always been a YouTube girly. I was watching Harry Potter Puppet Pals. I was watching that guy who was like, Maya E. Like, let me know if you are from that era too, but I am 31 and I feel like I was just at a really good age for when YouTube really first came out. I think I was like in middle school. So yeah, I've always been a YouTube girly and I just love the idea that anybody all over the world, no matter your age, skill level, ability, no matter what you want to make videos about, you can make videos, you can make them with your phone, you can edit on iMovie. It's such a cool hobby that could eventually become a career, but I think it's just such a great productive hobby that can really help you improve in a lot of ways in your life. So yeah, I've just always loved YouTube, and I feel like I first wanted to start a channel, like the first inklings were in my brain probably like in grad school, maybe. I really don't remember, honestly. But yeah, I just always thought it would be cool to do this. And then when I finished my first book, my only book that I finished writing in 2018, I was looking around for different agents and I got the feedback that my book was pretty good, but they were asking about my social media following, and I didn't really have any social media following, just kind of your standard like 150 or so followers on Instagram, and that was it. And obviously that's like not the only reason I didn't get published, because people without social media are able to get published. But one of their tips for me was to create a larger presence in the social media world. So I did start that Allie Lee YouTube channel, and it was just kind of general lifestyle. I feel like it wasn't on my radar that like BookTube even existed. And I also wasn't really reading a ton at that point in my life because I had been in college, grad school, working, just a lot of stuff that I really had like no time to read. I feel like if I would have been more aware of like BookTube and the fact that I could make more content about reading and writing, I probably would have leaned that direction from the beginning. But yeah, I was just making a lot of lifestyle videos, and because I was too vague, I really did not take off at all until I kind of tumbled into the thrifting niche, and that has pretty much taken over that Allie Lee channel. As I said, now it's called Cottageville Cozies, and it focuses pretty much entirely on my Poshmark reselling business. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out that channel. I also do like my own thrift hauls and stuff over there, and that's kind of where I would like to steer that channel to a little bit in the future, like half business reselling and then half just like my personal thrifting and style. But anyway, a couple years ago, right before I started this channel, made that decision, I tried to kind of get out of that thrifting niche on that channel because I did just want to make other content. But the thing with YouTube, and some people are successful, but for the most part with YouTube, you kind of have to stick within one niche for the most part, because I was just finding like people were unsubscribing every time I would try to do like more of a lifestyle video or just anything that wasn't thrifting. And after doing some research, I just decided to go ahead and create an entire other channel that would be focused much more heavily on books and writing, even though I don't make that many videos about my writing because I'm not quite sure how to make videos about my writing, if that makes sense. It would be like you watching me typing, I feel like. But yeah, if you want to see more of that, I will figure out a way to present that in a hopefully entertaining way to you. And I do really enjoy making more like lifestyle vlogs. I'll never be like a Darling Desi, like super aesthetic vlogger, but I do think it's fun and I do like sharing certain parts of my life with you. You're also never gonna see me like crying on camera. But yeah, I like that in the booktube community, people are for the most part accepting of both sit down videos where you're just like talking about books or book related things, but then also vlogs, especially if you're like going to the library, going to the bookstore, doing all the stuff that I love to do. So I feel like this channel has just allowed me to kind of create whatever I want essentially within reason. Wowzers, that was a long answer to number one. Number two, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? So I feel like, and this is for sure not everyone because I do follow people that are like this, but I feel like I can just bring the fact that, like I said earlier, I am going to be making a wide range of videos, because I do think a lot of people, they tend to either do pretty much 100% sit down videos, or maybe they do like almost 100% vlogs. And like I said, yeah, I am going to do really a variety of all these different types of videos. And I am going to try to be better in the future about even doing certain types of videos certain days of the week so you know what to expect. So I am trying to put out 10 videos a month, so most of the time that's going to look like 2 videos, 3 videos, 2 videos, 3 videos, or some variation of that. But my upload days on the 3 video weeks are gonna be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So I haven't quite figured it out 100%. It might take a few months to get into a rhythm, but I feel like my Tuesday videos are probably gonna be more of like the sit down videos. Thursday might be more of like a lifestyle vlog that is still bookish, and then Saturday might be more of like a challenge book reading video. And if you are interested in my writing journey, I can try to put more videos about that in there as well. That would probably be like in the lifestyle vlog section. So yes, I'll be bringing a variety, but like structured variety. And I am not 21, 22, like I feel like a lot of booktubers are. I am a 31-year-old woman. Sounds weird saying that still. So if you are closer to my age than like the 20, 21-year-old age, maybe we can relate a little bit more. And another maybe unique thing that I bring to BookTube is just the fact that I now live in Charleston, South Carolina. I very recently moved from Columbus, Ohio. So I do feel like I live in a very interesting place now. My husband and I go to the beach every week, and that will a lot of times be in my vlogs and just me exploring the very beautiful, very aesthetic, and just overall charming city of Charleston. And I know they have like some really cool bookstores in downtown Charleston, as well as like really cool bookish bars and things like that. So I'm super excited to be exploring more. My husband and I have just really been focusing on getting the house done over the last 2 months that we've lived here. But as we're finishing up, as we have more friends and family visiting over the summer, I'm definitely going to be getting out into Charleston a lot more. What are you most excited about for this channel? Well, it's been 2 years, but I have really enjoyed so far. I will say just the booktube community. I feel like that's what everybody says when they're answering these questions, but it really is true. And thankfully, like the thrifting community is quite nice as well. But I feel like booktube is just super encouraging and friendly. And even though reading books and rating books is so subjective, I feel like I very rarely see people being like, no, your opinion is stupid or wrong or something like that. Like for the most part, people are quite accepting. Oh, another thing that I will say about things that I bring that are unique, and this kind of goes with the like 20-something-year-old versus like my age, like 30-something and up. I don't read all of the like book talk romance books, which I feel like I see in a lot of book reviews, a lot of hauls, I'm seeing people talk about the same books. And not that I don't talk about or read books that are like new and popular too, but I try to read like a variety of books. I read a variety of genres. So I can guarantee you that when I'm talking about books, either in a haul or a review, it's not going to be just everything that is new from Ali Hazelwood or whoever else is popular that month. Why do you love reading? Oh my, I just love stories. I kind of was reflecting on that not that long ago. Like, I love books, of course, but I think even more general than loving books, I just love stories. I love talking to people. I do have a master's in counseling that I'm not currently using, but I think a big reason why I love counseling is because you are hearing people's stories. Okay, sorry if the angle is slightly different. I had to change the battery pack. But yeah, I love talking to people, not always about their mental health issues, but I love just talking to people in general. I love hearing what they're passionate about. And I love movies. I just love like stories of any kind. And I love that no matter what age I am or what genre I'm in the mood for, like there's always gonna be a book that is calling to me. What book or series got you into reading? It's hard to say because I have read from the time I could read, and my mom is a big reader as well, and I'm so grateful that like every night when I was a kid, like before I really was at the age where I could like get into reading chapter books and things on my own, my mom would read to me and my older brother. So I can't really think of what series maybe she would have been reading to us. Maybe like even Amelia Bedelia, things like that. Junie B. Jones. I remember she did read Little House on the Prairie. For some reason that one kind of sticks out the most. But the first series that I became like obsessed with and is still my ultimate favorite because I am a 31-year-old millennial is Harry Potter. It is just the best. I mean, 5 stars across the board. For what I enjoy, I don't think I will ever read a series that I like more because I love a good middle grade adventure. I also love magic and good versus evil, and it just has like the perfect amount, I think, of trials but also successes. So yeah, I know it's super basic. I know everybody who like barely reads says Harry Potter is their favorite, but yeah, it's definitely going to be my favorite series, I think, for the rest of my life. And I feel like my mom did read maybe like the first and second one to me and my brother, but I pretty much did grow up with the series as it was coming out, and my brother and my mom and I used to always fight over who would read the newest release first. But yeah, that's the major series that I feel like I just ate up. I could not get enough. I wish there were more. I love the movies. I just love the whole thing. And I'm so excited that now that we are in the South, my husband and I are gonna go to Harry Potter World for my birthday. So excited. And I also was a Twilight girl and all that. I wasn't like as obsessed as some of my friends, but that was just a good era to be like in high school, I feel like, because midnight releases were still a thing. So we'd like get dressed up, we'd like wait in line at the midnight releases, watch the movie from midnight to 2:30 a.m. and then go to school the next day. And yeah, it's just a fun time to be a teenager. Question 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I did read these like a week ago, and I feel like I came up with something. Now I can't think of anything. I feel like just in general, not just booktubers, I like to ask people what their favorite books are, maybe like top 10 favorite books. Because if they're like me at least, and I feel like most people can relate, that your top 10 favorites are usually not the same genre, they're usually not similar to each other, they're just like 10 books that are really important to you for some reason. And so I feel like from hearing about people's favorite books, that can kind of tell you a lot about them and maybe what they were going through at the point when they read it for the first time. Also, if anybody happens to be a booktuber and you live in South Carolina, you live in Charleston area, South Carolina, hit me up. What challenges do you think starting a YouTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? So yeah, it's been 2 years, so I guess the hardest thing to overcome is, I guess, just getting comfortable on camera. I'm very comfortable on camera at this point because I've been making videos for over 4.5 years. And I think something that people who are not familiar with YouTube don't realize is that most of us are introverts. And this is like my most extroverted self. Like, I am not someone that likes to be the center of attention at all. But because I'm talking to an inanimate object, even though I do feel like I'm talking to somebody, I just feel super comfortable and chatty. I'm in the safety of my own home, my own office. So yeah, I would say if you are someone who is also very introverted and you don't think that you can do YouTube because you are introverted and you're not this big extroverted self, I would tell you to just give it a try. No one can see something unless you put it out there. That's another thing I love about YouTube. I can cut out all my misspeaking anytime I just say something off or whatever. I can cut that out. Like, I have complete control of what I'm putting out there for you guys. So just remember all that. If you want to also start a YouTube channel, just give it a try and know that if you don't like it, you don't have to stick with it. But I do think maybe the biggest challenge for me was just starting. And it can also be difficult to stick to a schedule, but if you just pick a schedule that works well for you, whether that's once a month, once a week, several times a week, just allow yourself to decide your own schedule and don't compare yourself to other people. And that also goes with like quality and things like that too, because of course the big YouTubers with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, they are making money from YouTube so they can put that money back into their channel. Question 8, when did you start reading? I kind of already answered that. From the time I could read, I started reading. Question 9, where do you read? This is an interesting question. I would say anywhere that's comfortable. I have a lot of different couches in my house, and there's not really like any specific place that I read the most, aside from like my bed probably. But I do have an egg swing in our screen-in porch, so it is nice to sit out there and read. And we also are getting a fence this week, so I'll probably like actually sit out more in my yard with my dogs once our fence is done. I am absolutely loving the sunshine down here, guys. If you want to move south, I would recommend it. And I'm also loving reading on the beach, even though the wind makes it hard to like keep your pages down. This couch that I'm sitting on, it's in my office. It's very comfortable, so I will definitely be reading here a lot. And final question, what kinds of books do you like to read? So as I mentioned earlier, I do read a variety of books. I feel like it's hard for me to rank like my favorite genre because it kind of changes. I will say I read the most thrillers just because they are usually pretty quick reads, pretty easy reads. I feel like I'm always in the mood for a thriller, but that's not necessarily the category or genre where I have the most 5 stars. If I had to like actually list out all my favorite books, I feel like the most would be historical fiction or general literary fiction. There are some thrillers that absolutely stand out, but I feel like a lot of them to me are very solid 4 to 4.5 stars that are very fun to read, but they don't end up having a super lasting impression on me. So I guess I would say the genres that I do read the most are thrillers, historical fiction, literary fiction. I do like to read fantasy, but I do prefer more like magical realism than like high fantasy, and I'm certainly not always in the mood for it. Like I actually just started the other day the 3rd Court of Thorns and Roses book. I can't even remember the title, and I'm about 30 pages into it, but I'm not feeling it right now at all, so I had to just kind of put that to the side. So fantasy, I definitely have to be in the mood for, but I do really like a lot of fantasy once I get into it. And the only genres that I don't really love are romance. I do like some romance. Again, if I'm in the mood for it, I do enjoy it for the most part, and some I feel like are really well written. There's a really good story, but just like a general contemporary romance, which it seems like a lot of people really love, is one of my least favorite genres. And then also kind of going along with that, just a chick lit genre where it's kind of like a slice of life, nothing major's going on, or if it is something major, it's like super depressing. I just don't personally love those kinds of books. But yeah, I do read pretty much every genre. But alright you guys, I have no idea how long this video was, but I hope you enjoyed it. And as I said earlier, please let me know if there are any specific videos you would like to see from me. And even though I have hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm not yet monetized, but once I get monetized, I am going to be doing a giveaway. So I'm thinking it'll probably be like a book outlet gift card, since a lot of you seem to like my book outlet hauls. So if a book outlet gift card sounds good to you, definitely make sure you subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!